soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. It's me, Vicky, again. Okay, in today's video, we're going to look at adverbs of frequency, o adverbios de frecuencia en español. ¿Y qué son adverbios de frecuencia? Well, an adverb of frequency is a word that tells us how often you do something. So like always, never, sometimes, once a week, once a month. So these are adverbs of frequency because they express exactly that, frequency. Now, when we can use them in the present tense, of course, and there is another video in my channel about adverbs of frequency in the present tense. If we look at them in the past tense, which is what we're going to do today, vamos a mirar los adverbios de frecuencia en pasado. Now, en español, normalmente para estas cosas usamos el imperfecto. So the tense we would normally use is the imperfect because we're talking about things we do regularly or we did regularly in the past. You know, with frequency, we're not talking about one-off actions. That's the preterite. If you're watching this video and you don't know about past tenses in Spanish, there's lots of videos here on my channel to practice the past tenses. And the main difference between the preterite and the imperfect is the preterite is used for one-off actions in the past and the imperfect is used for repeated actions in the past. So, for that reason, we'll be using the imperfect for more or less all of these. In fact, I think all of these. So we're going to look at 10. Vamos a mirar 10 adverbios de frecuencia y un ejemplo para cada uno, and an example of each one. Okay, now I just want to say my YouTube channel is completely free to subscribe, or when you give me a thumbs up. If you would like to support me in any way for my YouTube channel, you can buy me a coffee, which literally I think is about $5, whatever that works out in pounds or euros, I don't know. But if you feel inclined, but obviously it's not necessary. Just the best thing for me is if you give me a thumbs up or subscribe or even put comments or something. These are all very useful for me if you feel inclined. Anyway, okay, let's get into the examples. Numero uno. As sometimes I do forget which language I'm speaking. Vale, so numero uno, vamos a mirar siempre. Siempre. And this is always. And the example, el ejemplo que vamos a mirar es siempre me levantaba a las 7. Yeah, so it's the imperfect, the Alibaba tense. Siempre me levantaba a las 7. Now, I always used to get up at 7, that means. Another way we can say that in Spanish is we can use the soler verb and say siempre solía levantarme. So this is from the verb soler. We can use it in the past tense to talk about things we used to do. We use it in the imperfect, solía levantarme. So then the second verb will be in the infinitive, levantar, and then you'll just change the reflexive pronoun to me, because I used to get myself up. Again, reflexive verbs, there's a video, well, at least one, probably several videos on my channel. If you're ever looking for a video, you just go into the search, press reflexive verbs in my channel, and it'll come up. Or if you can't find it, just drop me a line in comments or drop me a message and I'll send you the link for whatever video. You know, if there's a particular video, something you want to say, hey, you know, hola, Vicky, is there a video on this? You know, like the preterite or reflexive verbs or the verb tener, and I'll send you the appropriate link. Okay, so that's number one. Siempre, número uno. Siempre me levantaba a las 7. O siempre solía levantarme a las 7. Okay, número dos. Never or nunca. Nunca. So, the example, nunca nos gustaba vivir en la ciudad. Nunca nos gustaba vivir en la ciudad. Now, again, gustar. You might be thinking, why is it not gustábamos? But it's not, remember that gustar means to please, not to like. So what we're actually saying there is, it never pleased us living in the city. Again, there's plenty of videos on my channel about gustar and how it works. Doesn't actually mean to like, it means to please. So nunca nos gustaba, singular, it never pleased us, not we didn't like. Nunca nos gustaba vivir en la ciudad. Okay, número 3, we're going to look at a menudo, which is often. A menudo iban a las fiestas. A menudo iban a las fiestas. So, or we can use that soler verb. A menudo solían, yes, it's they, ir a las fiestas. So they always used to go to parties. They often used to go to parties. Okay, número 4. Sometimes, which is a veces. So, el ejemplo. Martine a veces comía en un restaurante. So, or Martine a veces solía comer en un restaurante. So Martine sometimes used to eat in a restaurant. Número 5. Once in a while, or una vez en cuando. Okay, so the example, the English is I used to see him once in a while. So, le veía de vez en cuando. Le veía de vez en cuando. Número 6. Cada día, o every day, o todos los días, también podemos usar. A mí me gusta cada, porque no cambia. Cada is great because you can use it for every day, every week, every month, every year. You don't have to change it for masculine and feminine like you do with todos los días or todas las semanas. So, every day. Y el ejemplo es, David trabajaba todos los días, o David trabajaba cada día, o David solía trabajar cada día. Yeah, so David used to work every day. Okay, número 7, una vez a la semana, o cada semana, o todas las semanas. So, every week or once a week. So, el ejemplo es, tú venías a mi casa una vez a la semana, o cada semana. So, it's venías o solías venir a mi casa una vez a la semana, cada semana, una vez por semana. Whichever one's easier for you to use. Personally, as I say, I quite like cada, but sometimes the others, are useful too. Okay, número 7. Número 8. Once a month, una vez al mes, or cada mes, every month. So, I'm going to use the verb to go here for this example. So, iba, now you might need to put the yo in here because iba can be I used to go or he or she used to go. So, I'm going to put the yo in here. Yo iba al banco una vez al mes. Oh, I forgot which one I was on then. So, yo iba al banco una vez al mes. Cada mes, una vez por mes. And número 9, cada año, or una vez al año, or una vez por año, once a year, or every year. So the example, siempre celebrabamos nuestros cumpleaños una vez al año. And I think there you could use nuestros or just nuestro, because cumpleaños is one of those words that's plural and singular, if that makes sense. So your birthday is el cumpleaños, it's got an S on it. But if here we're saying our birthday, so yeah, siempre celebramos nuestros cumpleaños, or just nuestro cumpleaños. I think if you say nuestro cumpleaños, it suggests to me more that you both shared the same birthday. But anyway, I could be wrong. Una vez al año, ¿vale? O cada año. Y el último, the last one, normally or normalmente. So normalmente, algo que, so we talk about things that we normally did, but in the past. Now, again, as I said before, you can use this in the present tense as well, but we're just, in this video, concentrating on the past tense. So, normalmente iban de vacaciones a la playa. So they normally used to go on holiday to the beach, or normalmente solían ir de vacaciones a la playa. Yeah, so we can use the soler verb with all these as well. Okay, I hope you've understood that okay. If not, please leave me a comment, ask me any questions you want to ask, or send me a message, an email, whatever, you know. I'll always respond to any queries or any doubts that you might have. So, ¿qué hacías tú? Siempre, nunca, a veces, cada día. What did you do? Or what did you used to do with these frequencies? Dame algunos ejemplos en comentarios. Give me some examples in the comments. Or any you want to, if you want to write an example of each one and send it me for correction, that's fine. Or in comments, message, algo, ¿vale? Okay, so como he dicho, si has disfrutado este video, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me with YouTube algorithms, mysterious things. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. That's completely free. Again, it just helps me out with YouTube, really. And si quieres apoyar el canal, if you would like to support my channel, you can buy me a coffee on this link. Muchas gracias. Oh, and again, if you have any queries about classes, you know, I now offer Zoom classes, of course, so they're very popular, of course, since the lockdowns, etc. That's one thing we know we can carry on doing with all this uncertainty. So if you're interested in some Zoom classes, please let me know. And anyway, I'm waffling on. I do sometimes waffle on a little bit. So, te veo en el próximo video y que tu Dios vaya contigo. Adiós.